Hi everyone, this is Kelly with Heartful Way Reiki. Welcome to my channel, and today I am going to talk to you about your miracle morning. So the miracle morning was a system developed by Hal Elrod, and in his book he goes over how to set a miracle morning, and he uses the S.A.V.E.R.S method, and each letter in S.A.V.E.R.S stands for a particular thing, and the belief and the approach behind it is to create this morning routine so that it can set your day off into a positive note. I've done S.A.V.E.R.S in the past, and I found it very, I don't want to say productive, but it was really, I love sticking to a morning routine. And this just really was a system where I could just touch on each one of these things for a certain amount of time. I got these things in, and it just helped me, again, set my day off into the right tone. I felt good. I did something for myself. I fed myself emotionally, spiritually, mentally. I covered all the bases physically because we get exercise in there too. So, and I'm going to go over what each one of the letters in S.A.V.E.R.S stands for and how I do my miracle morning. So S stands for silence, and I sit in silence and I focus on the breath. So I'm doing a meditation. Each day can be a little bit different. So I do change it up a little bit so there's some variety. So one of the ways I do it, well, first of all, I do this for 10 minutes. I set my timer for 10 minutes and I sit in silence. I don't put any music on. One of the things I could do is a meditation, and I meditate on the breath. Every time my mind wanders, I come back to the breath. I focus on the breath, the in and out movement of the breath. And then I find my mind wandering, and then I bring it back to the breath. And this is a practice of teaching yourself to come back to the breath, come back to the present moment. And you're doing that, practicing right here in the morning before you even start the day. And then you can use it when you're not sitting on the cushion, not being on your yoga mat, etc., etc. Another thing I might do is I go into prayer, which I really find enriching. So to me is maybe I'm asking for something. I'm asking for guidance, wisdom, grace, whatever it may be. And I just sit in silence and I wait to receive the answer. Another thing I could do is I'm doing 10 minutes of self-Reiki. So I'm either doing a Reiki shower, or I'm doing the hand positions and I do a Reiki treatment, or I might be sending Reiki out into the day, so that I have this bubble of beautiful energy around me in every situation that's unfolding. I might send it backwards in time, so as yesterday, or maybe there was a past event that has been troubling me and it's sticky and I can't let it go. I send Reiki back to that. So that's what I do in my silence. The next thing is at A for affirmations. Again, I set my timer for 10 minutes and I go over affirmations. I write my affirmations down. If you're short on time, this could cover both the A for affirmations and the S for scribing. But I take 10 minutes, I write down a bunch of affirmations. I am powerful. I always have the answer. I'm always being guided. I'm empowered. I'm a leader. I am intelligent. I always find my answers. I walk the world today in grace. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Today is a new day. So it's just, I can go on and on and on with affirmations that I use to help set the tone for my day. And that's what is so amazing. And what I love about this, we are setting the tone. As soon as this is the first thing I do when I wake up. And it just really has been a really great experience for me when I do this on a regular basis. And that's the second thing That's the key to it. You need to do it consistently. V is for visualization, and again, setting my timer for 10 minutes, and I visualize myself doing something that I want to achieve. So here you can bring in your imagination. And remember when you were younger and you were a child and your imagination was unlimited. I used to imagine myself in so many different roles, doing so many different things. I turned my music on, I dance, I pretend I was this, I was that, whatever it may be. So dig into your imagination and visualize how you want to be and in your future, and that can be today. I want to be I don't know. I'm helping my husband in his business, and I'm going to take over customer relations and marketing. And I am going to be a liaison between myself and him and his clients. So, what does that look like? I'm going to start imagining it and start to move forward in that dream and what we want to accomplish. So that's visualization. E is for exercise, and exercise I bring down, and it's my last thing that I do, and I'll get back to that later. R is for reading, and for me, I'm reading something positive, something self-help, something motivational. Right now I'm reading something by Carolyn Mays that's Conversations with the Divine, I believe it's called. And in that there's prayers, there's dialogue that she uses in her prayers, and asking for grace, and maybe a little bit of background and what it means to her. And I've been reading that lately, and it's just really been feeding me spiritually, and uplifts me and makes me shifting my thinking. So I'm all about shifting thinking. S is for scribing or writing, and from here, what I usually do and what I usually write about is inspired by the spiritual or motivational reading that I have done. I do a little reflecting, and I reflect and write. And I'm putting the thoughts into words and forming it. So that's a way for me to process the information and really ingrain it into my mind, and how am I going to use it going forward. And I might, I really get inspired by whatever I'm reading, and I take that into my writing. And then finally, going back to the E for exercise, I do a yoga practice. I do try to fit in 20 minutes. Now, maybe it's only 15, maybe it's 10, but the last thing I do is I get on my mat, and maybe it's just doing 3 rounds of sun salutations. Maybe it's just doing some simple stretching. It's not like a full-blown, yoga sequence, but it's just getting on the mat and connecting to the earth, connecting to my breath, and then doing some poses, creating some space in my body, discharging energy, balancing my chakras. And that's the whole intention behind it, and doing the yoga at the end, stepping off the mat, stepping into my day. I talked about doing 10 minutes for all, 20 minutes, 10, 15, up to 20 minutes for a yoga practice. But you can, if you only have 10 minutes, do a minute or 2 for each one of these. It doesn't have to be 10 minutes in a 20-minute yoga sequence, but it's to try to fit it in to your day. Maybe you start off with getting up a half an hour early, and in whatever 30 minutes, and break that 30 minutes down into each one of the S.A.V.E.R.S segments, and giving yourself some time, and maybe building up from there. Have a couple different routines that you go through. And again, you don't have to follow it along. S.A.V.E.R.S describing. This is use S.A.V.E.R.S as your guide, and then start creating your own miracle morning. Create it your way, what works for you. Try it. Maybe you don't even like it. So, but I like it. It keeps me, it gives me a framework to work from. So that, I just follow it, and I follow it right along. So I'd like to hear if you are doing the miracle morning within your life. I'd love to hear how you do it, how you incorporate it, or maybe try this for a week and then come back and report to me and to the community how it's worked for you. Maybe it doesn't, and that's okay too. This is just a little bit of something that I'm using, a resource and a tool that's helping me every day walk a little bit more softer, a little bit more kinder, full of grace in the morning. So thank you for watching me today. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. That really helps me out with the community, interacting with people, getting my message and my passion out of healing hearts and empowering lives. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me know that you do like this kind of content, and I can create more of it going forward. Again, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you watching. I love doing these videos and just sharing what I'm doing in my life, and hopefully it can help you in your life too. Thank you so much. Namaste and Reiki blessings.